Imagine waking up this morning to a completely different life. A life where you have a small farm and you have
Happy
animals that need to be
Saturday.
cared for. So on this
Ready for
particular
some
morning,
breakfast?
instead of getting ready for work, maybe rushing kids out the door for school, maybe you're preparing to call an Uber, or maybe even you're mentally wrestling with how on earth you're going to face another day with a chronic illness. So just for today, why don't you join me while we go take care of the goats and the horses on our small farm? While our morning chore routine may seem really simple for now, we know that in 3 short months we will be prepared for a crazy season of kidding with our Nubian goats. In the busy days of milking goats, bottle feeding babies, and all the chaos and responsibility that comes with all of those chores. So while we enjoy this relatively peaceful morning chores, we also understand that the season of extreme busyness is yet to come. Hi, Gypsy. You're a good girl. That's a good girl. Good morning, Tika. Good morning. And Nora, hello. The first step along our journey doing morning chores is to make sure that the does and doelings have lots of second cut alfalfa. We've been using this fence line style feeder for I think a couple months now, and it has made such a difference with how long morning chores take. Instead of climbing in and out of the pen, hauling forkfuls of hay to their feeder in the middle of the pen, I can just fork hay directly off of the round bale right into their very hungry faces. In this pen, we have 5 hopefully pregnant Nubian does, along with 6 Nubian doelings from spring of 2025, and 1 very adorable and earless La Mancha doeling. For the most part, we have our chores pretty streamlined, and I know what takes the least amount of time when I am doing these morning chores because sometimes I'm in a rush to try to get back in the house to tackle the rest of the household chores. So, from the barn where the does have their fence line feeder with second cut alfalfa, I have begun to just grab a fork full of hay morning and night and
Hey,
hauling it over
girls.
for the bucks.
Good morning. Hello, hello. Happy Saturday. You ready for some breakfast? You guys ready?
It's actually been pretty impressive that we haven't gotten colder temperatures lately. It is now almost the end of November, and I think we've only had kind of the odd couple days that it's been down to about minus 15 degrees Celsius. And maybe that's normal. I honestly can't remember year to year, but I am absolutely loving the milder winter temperatures as we adjust to winter because I am not one that likes to be cold. However, I still bundle up because it's just worth it to be warm. Pretty soon here, we are going to begin just free feeding these mares because Jezzy is in foal due to have that beautiful little foal sometime in May. We'll be having to keep a very close watch on her about the middle of April through probably the end of May, depending when she decides to release that gorgeous little colt or filly. Now, the other two, we have Ladybug and Jitterbug. They are yearlings, and so they're still rapidly growing and maturing and muscling up and developing that base, that foundation for the rest of their lives. And so, in no way do we want to stunt their growth by not giving them proper nutrition. And so, I definitely have been feeding them more than technically that they need, even though it may not look like a lot. But as the weather does inevitably turn colder, they will probably appreciate being able to just graze 24/7 and eat whenever they feel like eating off of a round bale. One of the many benefits of fork feeding hay to the horses twice or sometimes 3 times a day is to make sure that I've laid eyes on them. Often I'll jump in the pen and give them some scratches and attention to make sure that they are all doing well. Because I find sometimes when something is more self sufficient or they just have access to a round bale and they don't need me to be there, then I kind of not really forget about them, but I don't feel like I have to go out there and check on them. And so I need to make sure that once they do have a round bale out there to enjoy, that I'm still coming out and giving them attention and working with them, making sure that they're healthy and that there's no physical concerns.
Hey, Miss Grace. How are you, my friend? Good girl. Hey, my flighty ones. Hey, Jazzy. Now that we've been friends this morning, now we're okay, right? That's a good girl. That's a good girl. Yeah, it's always just kind of that first initial working with her. Not like she's flawless after that, but she's like, oh, okay. Are we friends? Are we friends now? Yeah. It's a new friendship every day. Little Miss Ladybug. We always have to be, whoops, sorry, careful, because she has dealt with some food aggression due to being an orphan foal last year. But the last couple times that I've done this during mealtime, she's actually been pretty good. So I just try to come, give her some scratches, and then she knows that I'm not here to steal her food. She does not have to compete with me. That we are friends, but I also do not tolerate any kind of aggressive behavior. If she's aggressive, then I drive her off. So she's learned that, oh, it's peaceful and it's quiet, and she gives me snuggles and scratches if I just hang out with her. Isn't that right? That's a good girl, Ladybug. Her winter coat has come in a lot better now. She's staying pretty warm, pretty cozy. So that is fantastic to see. Oh, you can see all these fun white roaning hairs. She's definitely going to be a red roan. She was pretty just like sorrel colored this summer, but I think that that will continue to change, possibly more like Jazzy here. But we will see as time goes on, right, Ladybug? That's a good girl. That's a good girl. Just getting them used to being handled all the time. Jitterbug, you're a little bit of a mess, aren't you? You've been rolling in the poop. You're sweet, though. I don't have to worry about you a ton, but we still want to be consistent, gain that confidence. Just keep working with her. Hey? Don't tell anybody, but I think you're my favorite. Yeah, but don't tell anybody, okay? Okay. You're so sweet. Now that everybody's had their initial breakfast of hay, and it's quite peaceful, and nobody's yelling and screaming at me, now is the time when I get into the kind of secondary chores. And it just works out that way for time and consistency sake. I always go and I'll feed the does. I'll grab a fork full of alfalfa for the bucks, carry it over to the bucks, feed them, and then fork feed hay to the horses. And then I work my way back down my little path, check on the boys. At this point, I'll grab their water bucket because they don't have an automatic water bowl. It's just far too costly to try to run 3 automatic waterers. And I don't trust these stinky faces to not try some shenanigans through the fence. Ugh, you stink so bad. You do. Denny's eye is all better, and I am so thankful for that. Looks like you guys still have some water left, but we'll fill it up anyways. So they've just got their trough of hay. I would love to build them a better feeder, but it's just not something that's been high up. Nope, no escapees. I'm just grabbing your bucket. You understand? Huh? Alright. It's not been high up on the priority list to build them a better feeder. My biggest thing is getting it off the ground where they're not just completely trampling on it. Makes a difference. This is frozen. We'll knock it out and see if it... Ugh. Ah! Oh boy, sorry. Gave you a bath. Not quite, almost. So from there we take our water bucket, empty out all the ice, fill it up, and then on our way back we will bring the water bucket and some grain for the boys. I'm starting to try to taper them off of grain. Ken and Henry especially, my little juniors, are doing very well. I don't think that they need a ton of extra nutrition at this point. Denny, I mean, maybe somehow I could sneak him up a cup of grain just to help him bulk up some more. Yeah, he's not as muscled up as I'd like to see him, but it's not like he's unhealthy either. As a coming 2-year-old, I think that he should be bigger. So that's kind of one of the things there. So on our way back with the water bucket, we will bring a little bit of grain for the boys, and then I'm going to bring some grain and supplements for Grace. hardly looks like anything in there. It's not much, but as soon as you see a grain bucket, they all think it's time for their snack. Hey? You guys are funny. You know, as much as I think in natural human nature, I constantly feel like I want more, you know, in the aspect of like more or better trained horses or more property, more barns and outbuildings, more storage space, more opportunities, more la 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 la. The story continues with the desire for more, and somehow what you have is never enough. And I think all of us can struggle with that to a certain degree. And I think learning to be content, that doesn't mean that you don't dream and you don't, you know, think about the future at all and how you want things to change, but to also be so thankful and gracious and content with the bounty and the blessings that we do have. And I'm reminded of that when I look around and I see unfinished projects. Some people are dreaming about the life that I'm living, to be married to my best friend, to have 3 beautiful children together, to live in a supportive community, to own our own property, to have horses, to have goats. All of this, it might be somebody else's dream or a dream that they never got the chance to live. And so I never want to take that for granted, even though sometimes it can be challenging, you know, wishing I had that goat or that breed of goat, or, you know, this top-notch, well-broke trail horse, or all these different things, you know. I think just to take a moment to pause and be so thankful for what I have. Right now I have 4 healthy horses and a bunch of healthy and good quality breeding stock in my goat herd. And hopefully I've got some pregnant goats there as well, and we can look forward to an exciting kidding season. And if we get caught up in the I want that, I want this, this isn't good enough, we can just be so caught up in that, and we can become so frustrated and so ungrateful, and we stop seeing the blessings that are right in front of our face. So I'm thankful, even though maybe not everything's perfect right now. It sure is awesome to be able to live a life where we have animals, you know. I mean, we could be living in a town or a city in a basement suite with no natural light. And maybe some of you, that's your reality. And I get to share little snippets of my life with you, and that is a joy.
Little update on Grace here. When we pulled her off of pasture this summer after she really sat and didn't do a whole ton, I took her for a few trail rides through the summer, but the summer was just kind of got away on me and I did not get a chance to get out very often. So when we pulled her off of pasture along with these other 3 to come home for the winter, we noticed that she was already sore as the weather started changing and getting colder. And unfortunately, I think that she does, in fact, have arthritis in that right front knee. And that is causing her some pain and discomfort. And so I am starting her on a supplement called Slide. It's supposed to be really, really, really fantastic for horses that get a bit stiff and sore. And I think we're kind of seeing the worst of it right now, because it is winter. And for anybody who experiences arthritis themselves will tell you that colder weather is always worse and harder for them to cope with. Hopefully, she comes around and we can be able to love her and use her for some years to come.
It's the coolest thing. I don't know if you can hear them, but I was watching two squirrels climbing up and down and up and down and jumping tree to tree. Must be squirrel mating season or something. I'm not quite sure, but that was quite entertaining to watch while Grace was eating her snack. They're so goofy.
With recognizing blessings, I would not be doing any of us a favor if I didn't also say this. And that is that sometimes life is hard. And I don't want this to sound like I am minimizing any of your struggles or minimizing any of my struggles. Hard things happen, bad things happen, and chaotic things happen, and our worst nightmare comes true. And sometimes that just it is part of life. And so please don't feel like I am trying to downplay or minimize your struggles, because what we each individually go through as people can be hard. And all that I can do is offer you the peace and comfort that only God can give. There's a verse in John chapter 16, verse 33 in the Bible, and it says this: I have told you these things so that in me you may have peace. In this world you will have trouble, but take heart, I have overcome the world. I'm completely recognizing that not everyone believes that there even is a God, but my faith is incredibly important to me, and honestly, the only reason why I'm probably still alive today. God has given me peace through some of the most challenging times in my life, and God has provided at the most important and vital times in my life when there was not enough money in the bank account to be able to pay the bills, and he provided the exact amount that we needed to be able to pay those bills. He's put people in our lives that have been so encouraging and supportive at exactly the right time that we needed that encouragement and that support. And at the times when we felt like all hope was lost and everything was over, he continued to give us the hope that we needed for the future. And I am so thankful for my relationship with God. And it is my hope that you guys hear this and it maybe sparks a curiosity of who is this God that actually cares about me in this whole span of the universe, that knows all of the details of my life, all of the mess, and he still loves me. He sent his own son, Jesus Christ, to die on the cross for me and for each and every person. And it is his desire that not one should perish, but that all would be able to make that choice to be able to have everlasting life with him one day. While I did not intend or plan to share any of this in this video, maybe it's because one person needed to hear it. And what's more important to me than views on my YouTube channel is that you would each encounter the love of God in an incredibly real and powerful way. As we approach Christmas season, it can be a time of intense pain and grief for some of you. And I want you to know that you're not alone, that you're not unseen, and that there is hope for the future. So, back to our morning chores and the beautiful sunny Saturday that he gave us on this day. And it's just one of the small things that I can share with you, and it is part of God's beautiful creation that I get to share with you. And I hope that even through the struggles and the realness and the raw things that I share with you all regarding farm life, that somehow I can still share my faith with you through it all. And that you guys would know that it doesn't mean that I don't struggle anymore and that I don't have hard things that I go through or things that completely stress me out and worry me. But I know that there is one who's in control of it all. And that is the one who I place my trust and the one that I take comfort in and find my strength in.
Lucky. Seriously, Arwen. Lucky. No. Lucky. Nasty. Arwen, why are you so fat? Why are you so fat? Huh? Hey, wait. So clean. Huh? Willow. Willow, no, no. Willow, hey! Hey. You're so fat. Comfy, hey? Nice. Oh, what are we gonna be scared now? Come here. Come here. Come here. Yeah. How are all we doing? Oh, now we're scared of me because I chased you out of the shelter. Hi, Oakley. What's with the tail wagging, huh? What's with the tail wagging? You so happy? You're so happy. Echo, you are the loudest goat in my whole herd right now. Arwen, the sweetest of them all. What, we're still not going to be friends? I really made you mad, didn't I? Okay, tripods are not for eating. Lady. Good girl, yeah. Right, yeah, you like cheek scratches. It's a good girl. Girly, you're being the instigator. Rosie girl. Leprechaun plotting her escape. Leprechaun! Lucky! Psst. Lucky! Why do we gotta cause problems? Come here! Lucky, I'm talking to you! Oh goodness. Does not care. She's on a mission. Sweet Mango. And then we've got our big girls, our pregnant girls. We got Sage, Rose, not to be mistaken for Rosie, right? Rose and Willow. Hello, Willow. How's the snack? Is it good alfalfa? Must be. And Daisy. How's the baby bacon going along? Huh? Should be seeing Belly soon. Oh, having a little piddle party. I hope there's more than one in there, Daisy. Now are we gonna be friends? No? I will force you to love me. I will force you to love me. Hi. No, stay here. We're friends. We're friends. Hi. Hi. Oh, Miss Troublemaker Lucky is back. Everybody else was getting attention and you got jealous. Hey? Okay, fine. Arwen, what's the deal with the belly here? You're sure eating good. My goodness. Love you. Love you. See, Echo, now we're friends again. It's fine. She was just being moody. You were just being moody. Had your feelings hurt? Okay, I should probably do productive things now. Isn't that right? Please give me a doling from Henry and a doling from Ken, okay? That is your only mission in life right now. Right, Rosie? Do you think she's gonna give me a doling from Henry and a doling from Ken? I don't know. I agree. Excuse me. Excuse me, ma'am. That's my zipper. That's my zipper. Oakley. It's not snacks. Rosie, can you tell her? Whoa. Let's not eat that. Excuse me, little miss. Alright, now that you guys have successfully tried to take apart my tripod, it's already falling apart, but I'd rather it not fall apart anymore. Nice comfy bedding. Should be a-okay now. Look, I look like some sort of an alien with my bun on the top of my head. It's fine. It's all good. Alright, everybody, you have a good day. Eat alfalfa and be fat and sassy. Good girls. Ready, pups? It's your turn. You ready for some food? Yeah? Oh yeah, no wonder why I look like an alien. Look at that. It's a good, awkward, messy bun. Well, thank you for tagging along on this morning chore adventure, and I hope to see you guys next time. Please consider liking, subscribing, commenting. Okay, stay tuned for all the adventures on Little Troyer Farm. See you.